In this video, I'm pleased to introduce my friend Rob from vidIQ. vidIQ have just joined the Awesome Audio Giveaway. If you'd like to win 12 months of their Boost plan for completely free, go and get yourself into the Awesome Audio Giveaway at mrc.fm/giveaway. That's mrc.fm/giveaway. You'll see here vidIQ listed, and now they've pushed the final total over $6,000, which is amazing. Now I'm going to hand you over to Rob to learn more about growing your YouTube channel.
Hey Mike, thank you very much for allowing me to invade your YouTube channel and insult your audience's ears with a more gruff Yorkshire, King of the North type of accent. Anyway, enough about my past. I'm Rob. Welcome to vidIQ, where we put lots of fantastic pieces of analytical data on your YouTube screens to help you get more views in less time. But before we jump into the analytics, let's help you with some basic tips to start your YouTube channel. vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
And that graphical introduction was brought to you actually by Mike Russell. We use it on our channel every day. Thanks a lot, Mike. You get the official vidIQ seal of approval. Okay, on to how to start your YouTube channel. What many video creators fail to understand is that they need a target audience and value proposition in mind when making content. If you make a random collection of videos on computer gaming, football, wrestling, beauty, how is your audience supposed to really understand what your core interests and passions are? Unless you are a vlogger and the audience is really invested in you as a personality. Take Mike Russell as a perfect example. His channel is all about audio production, something very specific which he's very knowledgeable about and has a lot of passion for, and can share it with an audience and have a real valuable message. So when you decide what you're going to make content on, first of all, decide what you're most passionate about, what you know most about, and what you can share most passionately, and then niche down even further. If you go after big topics such as reviewing the iPhone, you're probably going to get swamped over by big YouTube channels. But if you find something really specific and on a very knowledge basis that people want to know, answering questions that haven't already been answered, you can find your own little world of YouTube and then become the authority on that and take your audience on a journey throughout all of your passionate subjects. This niching down concept leads on to tip number 2, which is to really optimize your metadata, make it as specific as possible so that YouTube can correctly categorize your content and you can find an audience for it. Let's take graphics cards as an example. If you just did a search for best graphics cards, you'd be competing against many top YouTube channels. But if you narrow it down by making it current, best graphics cards 2018, and narrow it down even further, best budget graphics cards of 2018, you can start to see small channels making an impact at the top of your search terms. Better yet, if you can start to use really specific keywords over and over again, so let's say we're going to talk about a camping backpack. We don't want to use the words camping, backpack, bag, they're too broad. Be really specific about the product, as you will see in this example right now, where a small channel was able to break onto the top search terms and get many more times views versus subscribers. That's where metadata is perfectly optimized. And with the vidIQ Chrome extension installed, you can see what other channels are using as keywords and you can use them to help better optimize your own content. Next, we have thumbnails. Readers judge books by their covers. YouTube viewers judge videos by their thumbnails. So above all other YouTube thumbnail tips, take this one, the 25% rule. Once you've finished your thumbnail, shrink it down to a quarter of its size. That's how the majority of your potential audience is going to see that thumbnail, either on a mobile device or on the suggested video column of another video, on the home features on the desktop. Yeah, it's vitally important that your thumbnail still tells a great story at a quarter of its size. So make sure that it looks simple, has an impact, and delivers a teasing, valuable message that then is delivered in the video itself. Now it's time for probably the most important metric on YouTube, and that's watch time, the total number of minutes watched on your content. We're now 4 or 5 minutes into this video. You're still watching. Hopefully you're finding it valuable. I've done my job as a video creator. The YouTube algorithm is a matrix of data points that nobody can really decipher, even the YouTube people themselves. But the general rule of thumb is, if you can keep people on YouTube for longer, that allows YouTube to serve more advertisements to its viewers. Therefore, if your videos have a lot of watch time, YouTube is going to promote those videos to a wider audience. You get more impressions, you get more click-through rate, you get more views, you get even more watch time. It's that wonderful ball of watch time goodness that hopefully you're cycling up to your audience. So make sure you're always offering up value to your audience when you make videos. That might require a lot of editing to trim things down. And you can also use things like pattern interrupts, which you've been seeing throughout this video. That's when the camera angle changes, you see graphics appearing, noise effects coming out of weird places. Always keep your audience engaged, and that will give you the watch time, which hopefully should give you more views. It's a wonderful sensation when you see a video take off. And finally, on this whistle-stop tour of YouTube tips, audit your channel on a regular basis for easy gain. For example, review what videos have worked for you in the past and double down on them. There's no point in making successful content and then deciding to go somewhere else. You're just missing out on YouTube telling you, you are an authority on a particular topic, we want to see more of that content. So many times I've seen that, where people make great videos and then they go on to something else far too quickly. Next, don't miss out on easy wins where you have missing cards, end screens, not adding videos to playlists. You want your audience to stay within your own little YouTube ecosystem for as long as possible. Now, it just so happens that vidIQ has a brand new tool that will help you do all this. It's called our channel audit tool, and most of it is free. So check it out right now. You'll get a wealth of information and it's all instant. It will help you just notice one or two areas where there may be immediate room for improvement on your YouTube channel. And that's it from me. If you want more YouTube tips, then head over to vidIQ for a lot more awesome stuff and download our vidIQ Chrome extension, which is absolutely free. A link is hopefully in the description if Mike's put one there. There's plenty of stuff to find out how to grow your channel and make an impact with your audience. And I've just got one more question for Mike here. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I've recently moved and now I've got a lot of echo in this room, which is causing problems with my audio. So how do I fix it? I'd love to know. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your video making day. Bye for now.
Thanks, Rob, and a great question. Reducing room echo, you definitely want to watch this video. Click the card right there and discover more about reducing room echo. I really hope you found this video handy, and remember, if you'd like 12 months of free boost from vidIQ, it's a great free Chrome extension that can grow your YouTube channel. Go over to mrc.fm/giveaway to enter the awesome audio giveaway, or click the link below to install the extension and try it yourself now.